Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you are all well. This reading is for the parent or guardian of the Gemini child, and this is for the month of May 2021. I am Elena Valdez. I am so happy to have you here today. Welcome to anyone who is new, and thank you so much for returning. For anyone else who's been here before and continues to support this channel, super grateful to have you here. And please keep in mind that my readings are not gender specific, so please change gender, switch gender as it best resonates for you and your household. And I am aware that there are many of you here for different age ranges. So some of you are here for itty bitty ones, others of you are here for teenagers, and others of you for everything in between. So yeah, it's all good. I hope that you find something useful and valuable here today. All right, so let's get started. So the first position that we have here for Gemini child is what they'll be experiencing here during the month of May. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. Look at that little sad guy, rooted by the Lovers. And the Lovers is actually the card of Gemini. And obviously, we're reading this from the perspective of the child, right? So the Lovers here is going to take a different meaning. And right out of the gate, though, the Lovers does represent or is associated with the sign of Gemini, which, you know, your child is represented here. So what this tells me is that your little guy here is feeling a sense of loss and sadness, and you know, very much focusing on the things that are maybe not working, or potentially someone in their family is not doing well, or potentially they've gone back to school and so they're missing their siblings or missing their parents. I really very much think he or she is missing parents, the adults in their lives, because the Lover's card is here. And so from the perspective of the child, this represents a pair, right? Whether it's the parents or perhaps the grandparents of the child. And, you know, any couple or pairing that the child sees as adults in his or her life. So there could potentially be here a sense of missing, you know, maybe because they're back in the classroom and now they don't get to see their parents, you know, during the day at home. Or potentially it's the other way around. The parents have gone back to work, right? Now that things are lightening up here and people are able to get back to the office, that could be something happening here. So in May, little Gemini is really feeling that difference. Okay, they're feeling that sense of loss and shift, you know, and it doesn't have to be anything crazy negative here. It could just be a simple shift that's happened that's thrown your little one off of it. This can also symbolize friendships too, by the way. So for those of you who are here for teenagers, for example, or, you know, right around that age where they've started to date, this could be an indicator for that age range that, you know, there's a loss there. There's a shift in their first little love, right? Maybe they had their first little breakup here in May. I know that there is graduation happening here for quite a few at the end of May going into June. So potentially there is that sense of, you know, for those of you who have teenagers who have started dating for the first time, of moving away, going to college, and, you know, the sense of loss that comes with that, or the realization that that has shifted. But it can also apply from the child's perspective, like let's say you're here for younger. It can also apply to friendships and people that have very much been a part of their life. In addition to the first scenario we discussed, which, you know, is about parents, the adults not being around because they've gone back to work, or little one has gone back to the classroom, right? So please apply it to how it best resonates for you. But just know that little Gemini is feeling a little sadness here, right? There's an adjustment period that must take place. So let's look at the potential challenge and or conflict here in May for little one. Okay. Okay, yes. So those of you who have teens or who have started dating, little ones who have started dating, teenagers, yes. Part of the conflict is that, they think they found their little love and now they have to move on to college or move on to summer school, depending on what age they are. And that's the conflict. Potentially can also serve as a distraction here, right? Because again, it showed up in the challenge position, it showed up in the conflict. And the Ten of Cups, this is very much a new energy of love and relationship, okay? So again, for those of you who have teens, this can very much be the conflict. The challenge is that your little one is being distracted by this. And that's how this is playing out. Now, very different scenario here. I'm going to kind of turn the wheel here for others of you. This could be showing up as a conflict because it is some kind of snag between the parents, right? Or one of the parents potentially has a shift in their relationship that is causing some sense of loss and pain for your little one. Another way that this can play out is if this energy does have something to do with the adults, it could be that maybe one of the adults, whether it's the mother or the father or what have you, has come into some new love, right? And this new love of the parent, whether it's the mother or the father or two mothers, two fathers, what have you, there's some sense of loss there for little ones. So again, let me play out there are a multitude of scenarios here, but it's all pretty much in the same theme, right? The first scenario is that you have a teen that's going into that phase of first love and the feeling of loss, right? Or the potential of loss there because of moving to a different school or growing up or breaking up for the first time, what have you. The other scenario is that this can be indicating the adults in little one's life. So it could be the actual parents, family unit that currently resides with the little one who are having a shift in their relationship. Maybe they're having some snags and something's happening there and little one is observing that shift. If the parents are not together, this could mean that one of the parents that is separated is now getting into a new relationship, potentially even getting married to somebody new who is now going to be a part of little Gemini's life, causing a shift and causing a sense of loss for that parent, right? Because it's causing little one to have to adjust to this change, whether it's because the parents are having some issues or because one of the parents has found a new love or because little one is a teenager experiencing love for the first time and the loss of it. So this is very, you can't make this up. It came up twice here, right? In two positions. So very much that's what's going on with little Gemini here. Okay. By the way, another thing here, for those of you who have a little older Geminis, it could also be a sense of, oh, why don't I have a girlfriend yet? Why don't I have a boyfriend yet? So just be aware that that could be something that maybe if let's say you have a little one that's in that age range of 16, 17, and they're seeing all their friends have boyfriends and girlfriends, this could also be something that's making them feel a little down, like, well, what's wrong with me? Why don't I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend like so-and-so does, okay? So something to keep in mind, okay? Alrighty. I can already sense those of you who have little itty bitty ones thinking, oh no, I don't even want to think of the day my teenager starts dating. But okay, let's move on to what your little one needs most from you, dear parent, here during the month of May. Oh my goodness, it goes back to the same topic, love. I mean, look at this. We have Five of Cups, we have Two of Cups, we have Son of Cups, we have the Lovers, and we have Ace of Cups. Cups is all about emotion and creativity. The Ace of Cups is about new love. Some of you do have a new love in your relationship, a new person coming into little one's life and world. So it's starting a whole new cycle in your family life here. And what this is asking you is to integrate it in a way that's mindful for little Gemini, to integrate this new person in a way that is honoring the cycle that existed before this new cycle. Okay. Also, though, it could be, again, going back to the other topic, it could be that your little one needs you, the parent, to have a conversation about new love or the first love. Because again, Ace of Cups is the beginning of love. So there could be a need here, because part of the reason that your little one may be sad, this is for those of you who have teenagers, it could be because they don't know if you'll accept it or not, if you'll be accepting of this new change in their life, right? This new cycle. And so there is a need here for you to maybe check in. If you suspect your little one is dating or interested or has had their first heartbreak, facilitating the conversation of new love and what that means to date, to have love. Also, if you're the parent who is ending a chapter with another parent or bringing in a new person into your little one's life, integrating that, discussing that, talking to your little one before it becomes a full blown relationship, right? Like letting your little one know, like giving your little one heads up, like, it doesn't mean they have to meet your new person right away, but at least allowing them to integrate or get used to the idea little by little instead of in a year being like, bam, here you go. By the way, this can also mean 1 year. So this can also be advice from spirit telling you, the parent, if you have met someone new recently, wait about a year before integrating them into your family. Okay, and that's not me judging. That's not me saying there's just a potential. If you've been asking yourself, if you've been putting that question out there, how long should I wait? The world can sometimes represent 1 year in terms of time frame. If that applies for you, if you've been asking that question. If you haven't, the other scenarios I discussed still apply. Okay. So again, this is all about new love. So new love is entering Gemini's life somehow, whether it's because they are a teen and they are experiencing that for the first time, or because you, the parent, they're visualizing, they're seeing, they're observing this in you and the parent, and there's a little fear here about, like, what does that mean for me, right? Where do I fit in this new equation, this new cycle? Very interesting. Okay, dear parent, if you don't mind commenting and you don't mind, if it's not too personal, I'd like to just kind of get an idea of what's going on here. Okay, so this final card here is a card that I pull for the entire family. So this is a little bit of um, kind of like a little, I guess, advice from spirit of a little something that you and your family should be doing together. It's separate from Gemini. Obviously, it includes Gemini, but this is for you, the viewer, watching right now, what you and your entire family should do as a family unit here during the month of May. Trust. Okay, I am sensing a theme here. And so, trust, it's about discussing the things that matter, right? It's about building trust with your family members, discussing potentially if there's a new love in your life. Doesn't mean they have to meet this person. If there's a shift in your current partnership, or other parent, figuring out a way to make these shifts while communicating in a way that brings trust. Also, one of the things I love about this card, it always comes up in one of my readings every month. This has consistently been coming up. And one of the things that really very much resonate for me with this trust card is that a lot of times team building, if you will, or family trust building can occur in nature, right? Whether it's you heading out with your kiddos on a hike, talking about these things that are important while out playing in the garden, planting together, all that good stuff. Building trust while you do an activity together as a family unit, right? That's going to become very important here in the month of May for you all. Very interesting. Some exciting stuff happening here. I'm looking forward to hearing from any of you. If you wouldn't mind commenting and letting me know what's going on, I'm so curious. But if I don't hear from you, then I hope you at least come back next month and visit again. And again, it was a pleasure reading for you today. Have a wonderful rest of your May. Bye.